Approval of the minutes of the meeting of March 16th, 2017 and March 23rd. Did you have an opportunity to review the minutes?
I have, and I would move to accept the minutes for March 16th to March 23rd.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. We'll move down to correspondence. First is the bid opening of the Holman Avenue reconstruction project, Hoffman to Hune. We have two bids. First bid is from Reith Riley Construction Company Incorporated, 7500 West 5th Avenue, Gary, Indiana. They have their bid bond. They have their Form 96. And they have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. Their bid is $1,167,685.25. The next bid is from Walsh and Kelly Incorporated, 1700 East Main Street, Griffith, Indiana. They have their Form 96. They have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. And they have their bid bond. Their bid is $997,304.53. Do I have a motion to refer these to the consultant engineer for tabulation and recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item B is a bid opening for the demolition of various properties. And it looks like we have a bunch of bids. Are these bids too? It says Property Boss, 7120 Kennedy Avenue, Hammond, Indiana. They're bidding, it looks like they've got three separate envelopes, and this one is a bid on 903 Bauer, garage only. $1,850. Now, we don't require bid bonds on these, Chris? For demolition?
If the amount's over 250, yes, and if they're under 250, no. So it's a big project, like when we took down 2500 in New York, it was required.
Okay. Well, what if they split their bid up into three packages?
Well, I don't think I look at the aggregate then.
This is from Property Boss 2, and their bid on 7608 Linden is $14,000. And the third one from Property Boss is for 1408 Sherman, and their bid is $15,000. Now we move on to I'm not sure what the company's name is. I think I'm gonna have to open this one. What is that? DR Backfill Grading and Trucking, 7015 West Fifth Avenue, Gary, Indiana. Looks like they bid all the properties. That's 10 of them. And their total bid is $126,741. And the company's proper name is DR Site Services. Oh, the next bid is from ISCO, 450 West Taft Drive, Unit B, South Holland, Illinois. And they bid 9 of the 10 properties. And their bid is $129,200. Next bid is from JM Industrial Services Incorporated, 201 Marble Street, Hammond, Indiana. They bid all 10 properties, and their bid is $111,000. Next bid is from Acton Contracting LLC, 1102 East Columbus Drive, East Chicago, Indiana. They bid all 10 properties, and their bid is $173,890. Next bid is from Midway General Construction Demolition. What's their, 800 Ravinia Place, Orland Park, Illinois. They bid all the properties, all 10 of them, and their bid is $135,060. Next bid is from RSR Demolition. You don't have their address on the front. They bid 9 of the 10 properties, and their address is 1370 Joliet Street, Dyer, Indiana. And their bid is $144,386. The next bid is from Gary Material Supply, 7318 West 15th Avenue, Gary, Indiana. They bid 6 of the 10 properties, and their bid is $118,500. And the final bid is from Green Demolition Contractors Incorporated, 523 Northbrook Drive, Michigan City, Indiana. They bid all 10 properties, and their bid is $216,000 even. So there's a lot of tabulation needs to be done here. Do I have a motion to refer this to the Building Department for tabulation and recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Item C, notice of violation on property located at 7847 Indianapolis Boulevard.
I can never tell if anybody's standing up to come to the podium or just standing up to leave. Mr. President, there is a file there with some photographs. We have a problem. This is a private drive, and this is right by Starbucks, and the situation of the potholes has gotten beyond just an inconvenience. It's actually become a point where we've had at least 3 cars damaged, and they're seeking the city to compensate them, not understanding it's a private drive. As you can see, I notified every possible person in regards to this property. We even emailed and faxed it to them. I was able to find corporate information online. And I would ask that the board please approve an order, and the city is going to go out there and fix it, and then we're going to place a lien on the taxes for the cost of the repairs. And we're going to fix it properly. It's not just going to be patched.
It's owned by William Spatz.
It's owned by a company, and he is the principal of it.
Okay.
And I will prepare an order and have the board sign it.
This is the road that goes between Starbucks and all
Correct.
goes all the way back to Vernal Labs?
Correct. It's owned by the same individual who owns actually one of the parcels back there, 1408 or 1308. One of the parcels back there is additionally owned by them.
It's the old Builder Square site.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the parcel.
So I would just ask that the board grant the city's request, and I will prepare an order for the board to sign.
Do I have such a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against? Motion passes. Supplemental agreement number 1 with Nice Engineering for the reconstruction of the Marquette Greenway, Hammond Lakefront Park to state line. This is a federal project. We've got 80/20 money approved for construction. Does this supplement get covered by the 80/20 money?
Yes, it's a supplement for engineering. The property acquisition actually took a little bit longer than anticipated.
So the agreement's for 25,000, and the city's responsibility will be 20% of that number. Do I have a motion approving supplement number 1?
So,
I'm sorry, and the money's actually coming out of Port Authority. It's not still a state.
Okay.
motion to approve?
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Item E, contract with J.J. Newell Concrete Contractors for the 2017 Hammond and Whiting Sidewalk Program. This is for miscellaneous repairs, kind of an on-call contract that we've been doing to keep sidewalks safe throughout the city.
What's the amount on that one?
It doesn't have a fixed amount.
No
It's got
fixed? Okay.
It has an amount based on unit cost. Do I have a motion approving the contract with Newell?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Item F, construction inspection agreement for Kennedy Avenue and 174th Street intersection with United Consulting. This is for the traffic signal project going in there. The construction bid was $235,935. And supervision looks like $22,500. So do I have a motion approving the construction supervision contract?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Next, we have a bid recommendation received from Nice Engineering Incorporated for Montana Avenue Lighting Project. This was actually bid about a year ago. And the contractor is willing to hold his price?
Correct.
Okay. So we could award it based on that. Do I have a motion to concur with Nice's recommendation to make the award to Hawk Enterprises Incorporated in the amount of $209,586.80?
So moved.
Second.
Motion to second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Item H, correspondence received from Marathon Pipeline LLC advising a closed interval survey will be conducted on the right-of-ways in the city beginning April 30th, 2017 and ending June 25th. So basically, they're going to be surveying all their right-of-ways within the city. So we probably need to authorize that because they're going to be probably crossing city public right-of-ways and stuff like that. Do I have a motion approving Marathon's request?
So moved.
Second.
Motion to second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Item I, correspondence received from KS Engineers Incorporated advising the start date for the Westlake Corridor Commuter Rail Project is April 21st, 2017, with an end date of October 20th, 2017. This would be just for soil testing, correct?
Correct.
So they're going to be out there working within the corridor for that rail right-of-way. Do I have a motion approving their request to work in the city?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. Item J, correspondence received from Mr. Dean Button, City Engineer, requesting no parking on 118 to 144th Ogden Street from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. for utility work by Mobilite beginning October 19, 2017 and continuing for 1 week.
We're done with that.
Yeah, this is, Mobilite, I think, is a cell phone.
The time period, the time is passed. Do we need
Oh.
action?
Yeah, they were probably on.
It was on last week's agenda.
Unless they didn't start yet, you're right.
Okay, well, we'll make a motion to approve the request.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item K, request for permits to conduct work at 6920 Indianapolis Boulevard and 5620 Soul Avenue, received from Comcast. This is cable TV. It looks like there's some underground leads that they're going to be putting in. Do I have a motion approving Comcast request?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item L, correspondence received from Mayor Thomas McDermott authorizing the allocation of $150,000 of the mayor's gaming funds to the 2017 sidewalk program and $117,697.50 from the 5th District, Kennedy Avenue, and 174th Traffic Signal Project. Do I have a motion approving these, fund transfers?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Next, we have a notice to owners of affected property at 7116 through 48 Southeastern Avenue. And this is a letter that's going to them. It looks like it's a zoning issue. For a developmental variance. So do I have a motion approving the letter to affected property owners?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have a rental registration hearing on property located at 924 Field Street.
Okay, I was here last time, and there was 2 questions about inspection. And I have documents that the property has been inspected by the city of Hammond. And the attorney mentions that she need a power of attorney and something that shows that I am the agent. And I have this document that's here, and I can, plus I have a document from the state of, Secretary of State that shows that I am the agent for the property. You can keep it, yeah. For the properties that the rental, the property has been rented in November 1st. I didn't know about that it has to be done the same year because it was only 2 months before the end of the year, and at the same time forgot about this kind, registration, and I thought maybe this can be done.
Considering the time frame when the house was actually purchased in October of 2016, and the fact that this is carried over now through April, we would suggest that we waive the late fee and get it registered for 16 and 17 at the $5 as is required.
Make a motion to approve that recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes.
Sir, if you'd like to wait after the meeting, you can take care of the registration today.
Okay, thank you.
Item O is a rental registration hearing on property located at 7320 Madison. Is that property owner here? 7320 Madison? What's the name? Ann Jeanette Deal?
This is another situation where we have a property that was purchased, or we have a new owner as of November 2016, William Schneider. That may explain why Jeanette Deal is not here. The Manatron information we've gathered from the county supports that. There's change order in 11/9/2016. I suggest we would waive the late fee but get it registered for 16 and 17.
Are we able to do
Or
that without
notify
them
it.
We should
present?
deny
The
it.
Notification?
If somebody didn't show up, we're supposed to deny it unless you think we sent it to the wrong person?
Yeah.
Would you like us to defer action on this?
No longer owns the property.
Okay.
She was the one that was cited. William Schneider purchased it in November 2016.
Has he been in contact with you?
No, not to my knowledge, no. We do have the change order from Manatron that shows it as of 2016 going into his name.
But if she owned it at the time she was supposed to get the rental registration and she didn't, she's still liable for that, correct?
If we had known before the sale or before the change order, I would agree with that. The fact that we uncovered it after a time where Schneider bought it, that's right, that Mr. Schneider purchased it, I think he would be the one responsible that it was registered in 16. He has the property, it's still a tenant. I think in either case, well, if she had, you have a very good point, Stan. We could do it either way. We could cite, we could issue the late fee to Anjanette Deal, which I think we would have a hard time collecting.
So would she be responsible for registering for 16, or are we aware if there was a tenant during that time?
For November, absolutely. So the deadline, she would be the one that would be responsible for that, correct?
Continue this before at her request?
Deny the request, then sent to recollection.
I was not aware that she had discontinued before.
How many times? At least 3 or 4 times, so.
We have the property, her,
I would withdraw any idea that we should waive the late fee. Ms. Deal has put this off into the point where she got rid of the property now, and I suggest we do apply the late fee for 16. I don't believe we could apply it for 17, though. She's not the owner at that time.
okay. I'll make a motion to approve the recommendation to deny the waiver.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those against? Motion passes. Next is item P, rental registration hearing on property located at 4712 Torrance Avenue, the rear property. Are you Richard Hammond?
Richard Hammond, I'm Stephen Malichko, his brother.
Okay.
Okay, is Nancy actually the owner?
Yes,
Listed as owner?
Nancy is
Okay.
my mother, this is my brother Richard, and
Okay.
I'm Steve, and I do the,
Okay, and we do is, who's occupying, we have one unit, owner occupied.
yes,
I assume that's a front unit?
yes, and that's where
Okay.
my mother lives.
Okay, and it wasn't registered for 2016. We did let them register for 2017 to avoid the late fee that may have come at this late date. So it's been registered previously, they've only missed for 2016. If you want to explain why that happened, how that happened.
We acquired the house April 29th of 2016, and we haven't rented the house out. We rented the house out March 3rd of 2017, and that's when we found out about the rental registration, and we came down on the 17th to get the rental registration sticker, and that's when we were informed that we didn't do it for 2016, which we didn't rent it out, nor do we have any knowledge of needing a rental registration sticker.
At no time during 2016
No,
was a tenant in
no.
that
We used,
location.
I'm sorry, but yeah, we just used it because she lived in the front house, and the back house we just left empty because we couldn't find any respectable tenants to move in there.
Okay, so,
I suggest we waive late fee concerning the time frame. Get it registered for,
they don't need to register for 16 if they didn't have a tenant, correct?
correct.
Exactly.
Okay. So we'll waive the late fee, they've already
They've
taken
registered.
care of 17?
Correct.
Okay.
We're all good to go.
Dismiss.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Free to go.
So do we need a motion?
I don't know what it is, motion to dismiss?
Yeah. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. I'd like to recognize Councilwoman Janet Vanez in the audience today. She's a regular at the board meetings. Item Q, rental registration hearing on property located at 48 Warren Street. Alberto Roman. Roman?
Roman.
Sorry,
Mr. Roman, how are you, sir?
my name's hard to pronounce too.
Good morning.
Morning.
Just come over here to say that I just missed the deadline. I've been with the property for like 12 years, but and I've been paying on time. But this year, the last year, I just missed it. That's all I gotta say on that.
But you've always paid in the past?
It's been registered in the past on time. We don't see any other notes or records of any late fees or any other hearings. Situation with this property is that it's 48 Warren is actually 6 units. We have 2 that are owner occupied. There are affidavits on file for 2008 through 2015. Previous registrations show that to be consistent. 2 units are owner occupied. Who are occupying? What is the family members that are occupying?
Myself.
Yourself?
Yeah, my family.
Oh, you got 2 units. Who's the other ones?
My kids.
Okay.
Me and my kids.
All right, understand that you need to continue, just as you registered the other 4 units, you need to continue with those affidavits, so we have them on file that they are actually occupied by owner, immediate family.
Because I already registered this
For 17?
this year.
Okay.
I already paid that too. I already
Okay.
paid everything.
So we have 4 units that were not registered for 2016. No previous problems. Anytime recently.
I'll make a motion to waive the late fees. The 4 units that were rented out do need to be registered for 2016.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
With
Aye.
after the meeting,
Those against?
the
Motion
local
passes.
Will be $20 for 4 units.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Item R, rental registration hearing on property located at 2145 and a half Superior Avenue. The Cochise Family Trust. That's me. Yes. You want to step up to the microphone?
Basically, my brother was handling this, and due to his age, he hasn't been able to do it. And I found out about it a little late, but I did pay it since then, and would ask you to waive the fine.
Who is the, it says it's 2 units, one of the units are owner occupied, is that occupied by you or your brother?
My brother lives in the front
Okay.
house.
Okay. So the back house has not been registered for 2014, 15, and 16. We did register for 17, though.
Yes, correct.
Was there a tenant in there for 14,
Yes.
15, and
Oh,
16?
that I don't know. I know the last year there was, and then this year.
If it's not registered, we would have no idea of if it was occupied or not. I assume it would be. We have nothing that shows it was vacant either. I don't have the water records to show if there's usage.
Would move things along. I think it was, right?
I think it was. Any issues with this property?
Since 2013.
Because that's the last record you have.
Well, that's, yeah, and it's, no police calls or violations since then.
So you're just not certain whether or not there was income coming in from people that were staying there, I think, from you guys?
Sure, there was.
For 14, 15, and 16?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to impose one late fee and waive 2 years' worth of late fees. You do need to register the one unit for 2014, 15, and 16.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Move down to item S, rental registration on property located at 7130 McCook. Harold Lemming or Liming?
Wait till after the meeting, see which paperwork we can take care of as soon as you need to. We will need your insurance policy number.
Mr. Liming here? You want to step up to the microphone? And you are?
This is a confusing situation. Where street address 7130 McCook, we have the owner as Harold Liming, which was last registered in 2012, then again in 2017. They're owing 2013, 14, 15, and 16 for 2 units. But when we pull up to 7140 McCook, where Harold Liming was supposed to be, we come up with the owner of Robert Liming.
That's his brother, and his brother was handling his stuff because he's 96 years old. And in 2013, my uncle, Robert Liming, passed away. So everything was going to my uncle's address, and my uncle, that is still living, is 96, he didn't know anything about this until he got a orange postcard in the mail this year in his address in Florida. And so he sent it to me right away to see if I could take care of it, and that's when I found out.
And as the board well knows, we've been sending these cards out for quite some time. And if there was an address in Florida that we didn't know about because it wasn't registered, we wouldn't know to send it there.
Right.
And when you said that the information was going to your uncle, was that the deceased uncle or the uncle in Florida?
My deceased uncle.
Is that Harold, Robert?
Robert.
Okay, who is, in May 12, 2015, per water bills are in James Lang's name and being mailed to 1400 Briar.
That's my cousin, but he never let me know anything about it.
This is just the frustration that we have to go through to try to get these situations in front of the board and get it under control. As family members relied on to do this work or other property managers, whoever it may be, in the meantime, this information is lacking for us, and as the board knows, it's not just the amount of the $5 that we get or $80 a unit that we used to get. This information is shared with police and fire that they know that we can have contact and information on who's in these properties. I have 3 Limings associated with 2 addresses. I wouldn't know who to contact, I wouldn't know who to call. And if she's taking care of the properties, I don't see her name on here anywhere.
My name?
Yeah.
I'm
Your name is Ma'am?
My name's Dawn Burke. I'm just his power
That's fine.
person.
Well, we would need to have that information if there's something going on with these properties. We'd want to be able to call you and say, your house is on fire.
Well, they should
Or-
have it now because when I came and paid the registration fee this year, but it don't look like you have anything about me.
It is not, you may have registered for 2017, but that information may not be entered yet. with all the units that we have to enter, it usually takes us to late May to get all the information in. So I'm not gonna dispute that information is updated now. The information we do have shows that 3 Limings in 2 different addresses, and one being a 2-unit that wasn't registered for 13, 14, 15, and 16.
Okay, well, my Uncle Harold lives in 7130 upstairs.
And that's the,
That's the
that's the
2-unit.
one that has not been registered, right, okay,
Well, he lives there.
Okay.
Okay, downstairs, that's the one he rents out.
right.
The man that lived in there, he passed away in 2015, and he was in a nursing home, so it was empty.
All information that we would love to have on file so we can relate to the police and fire department. It hasn't been registered, so we don't know that information.
Like I said, I didn't know anything about this, so I got the
And-
orange card.
And,
So
and
we're,
neither would we,
Yeah.
you know, it's my point.
so we're really just talking about one unit? Is that correct?
I will take her forward that that is occupied by Harold. We do not have that information, other than it's a 2-unit and it has been registered for 13, 14, 15, and 16. So I can believe that Harold's up there, so we're talking 1 unit for those 4 years.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion to impose one of the late fees and waive the 3-year late fees. The 1 unit does need to be registered for those years.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes.
And
Thank you.
ma'am, will you be taking care of this property going forward?
Well, my son and his family is living downstairs right now, because he has nobody he has like nieces and nephews, he don't have no daughters or anything.
Okay.
So he's living downstairs right now, and I told him to charge him, you know, so he learns responsibility. But he's more or less kind of taking care of my uncle, watching out.
Okay, well, after the meeting, I recommend that you take care of the late fees if you can today, and also make sure that your information or your son's contact information is given to the building department, so that we don't have this issue in the future.
Okay, how much are the late?
They're assessing 1 late fee for $500. And then the registrations for the years that were, 13, 14 was $80. 15, 16 was 5. 70. And then I'll have the math and everything for you.
660, 670.
Only 1 unit
So
that
they're only assessed 1 late fee for 1 unit for 4 years that it wasn't registered. So basically, it'll be $2,000 if it was 1 unit for all 4 years. So basically, it's kind of a balanced compromise. Okay? And then I'll get it to you after the meeting and give you all the information. You will need the insurance policy number to be able to register on it, fill out the registration. If it hasn't changed, sometimes the policy numbers do change or expire. So you need expiration date.
but I just registered it this year.
No, okay, they should have that information. But this will, yeah, it shouldn't be too much longer.
Item T, status hearing on property located at 7761 New Hampshire. It appears we have photographs here showing that there is a brand-new roof on that property.
There has been some work done in vast improvements to where it was conditioned when it was first purchased. Ms. Cantor has told me that this has been continued to June. Hopefully we'll be able to wipe it off at that time and be done with it.
Okay, so we don't need to take any action.
Just a continuance to some point in June.
Continuing still what?
Some point in June.
You want to make that motion?
What time in June? What meeting in June? Early?
Fine.
All right, we'll make a motion to continue until June 15th.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item U, notice of violation hearing on property located at 1914 Clay Street. Molina, Vidal, and Rose.
Good morning. Basically, this was a basement apartment that we found out from the fire department through a CO call. Ms. Molina contacted us yesterday. The apartment is now vacant, and she is working on removing it, so she's agreeing with us, cooperating. We just ask that you affirm the orders and findings, and so they can be recorded.
Do I have a motion to affirm the order?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item V, notice of violation hearing on property at 1319 Stanton. It's owned by a mortgage company, it looks like.
This is a foreclosure property. We were called by water department to respond to a busted line inside the property while it was flooding. We then discovered that it contained two basement bedrooms, and then an inspection was set up by the management company of File. We know that the notice was received because there was an individual who signed for the certified mail, but based on the inspection results for use of cellars, habitation, emergency escape and rescue openings, and building permit fees and ceiling height, we are requesting that the board affirm the removal of these bedrooms as they do not meet the minimal standards to be used as habitable space.
Make a motion to affirm the order?
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item W, notice of violation hearing on property at 1603 Calumet. It's this one here.
Yeah. Make sure that's the right one.
Here's the,
We were called into this property after the fire department was responding to a call for service when a fire broke out in one of the units. This property was built as a 4-unit. There is the original permit for that. After inspecting the property, we determined there was a additional apartment created in the cellar of this building. It fails to meet minimum ceiling height requirements, fire separation requirements, and due to 50% or more of this floor area being located below grade, it would be classified as a cellar. So we are asking that the board affirm the removal of this unit. The owner has already acquired a contractor who has pulled a permit and has started the removal as well as the repair to the unit that was damaged by the fire. So he is complying with our requests. So I just ask that the board affirm the findings and orders for the removal of this unit.
Okay. Make a motion to affirm the order?
Second.
motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item X, notice of violation hearing on property located at 6711 Montana.
This property is a rental that was being remodeled. There was no permits pulled to create any cellar bedrooms, which was discovered during an interior inspection. I did speak with the owner today, who has already started to take down any non-load bearing partitions, which create the separation of space. The space does not meet the minimum ceiling height requirement for habitable space, emergency escape and rescue openings, and the use of cellar for habitation. So we are requesting that the board affirm the findings and orders to have this cellar bedroom removed, as the owner is cooperating with our request.
Make a motion to affirm the order?
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item Y, we have requests for rental registration hearings, and we have 30 of them.
Let's split them up.
Split them up. 2 dates?
We need to
Three
name,
dates?
do I need to name the ones if they are?
2 dates, please.
3. Wanna do-
Dates, let's see better.
Do you want
Yeah,
me
we
to-
never name them.
Never name them?
No.
Okay, what dates do you want, Lynn? Okay. Make a motion to set the rental registration hearings for May 25th, June 1st, and June 8th.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item Z, correspondence received from Chief of Police John Doty advising Officer Frank Eggers no longer performs the duty of a FTO officer and will relinquish his FTO specialty pay effective April 12, 2017, submitting the petition for retirement of Lieutenant Michael Bales and disposal authorizations. Do I have a motion to approve all of the chief's requests?
Motion to approve the chief's request.
Second.
Motion to second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item AA, specific findings of fact and a decision regarding property located at 1221 through 1225 169th Street, 2 units. You know about that?
I do not.
Is she still
Is that
here?
her? Chris had to leave.
Do we want to move forward on it? Okay, that's fine. Okay. Make a motion to affirm the findings of fact and decision.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Item BB, specific findings of fact and decision regarding 1006 170th Place. It looks like Chris has it already, so.
She's pretty good.
Okay, make a motion to affirm the finding of fact and decision.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Item double C, correspondence received from 6th District Councilman Scott Rakos requesting $15,000 of his gaming money be allocated to the Park Department projects in the 6th District. Name a specific project.
No, it's okay. I've been working with them on this one. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
And I'll concur. Oh. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. That's that one. Double D is correspondence received from 6th District Councilman Scott Rakos requesting $38,300 to be allocated from gaming funds for a traffic study in the 6th District. This is to see if they can do something to improve traffic flow at 169th and Kennedy.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Item double D, correspondence received from 5th District Councilman Dave Werpel requesting $30,000 be allocated from gaming funds for the overlay program. And it looks like he's got what, a specific project, North Alley repair?
North Alley repair of 169th Street between Columbia and Southeastern. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have item FF, correspondence received from 3rd District Councilman Anthony Higgs requesting ornamental lighting on the 6200 block of Moraine be repaired or replaced. That probably needs to be referred to Gary Gleason, because he controls the guys that do the maintenance on those. Let them do an evaluation and see if it needs to be replaced.
Make a motion to refer to the street department lighting.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Item GG, correspondence received from 3rd District Councilman Anthony Higgs requesting a sinkhole on 1100 block of Eaton be investigated.
Engineering street.
It's probably a sewer problem, so we probably need a motion to refer that to the sanitary district.
Make a motion to refer to the sanitary district.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item HH, correspondence received from 3rd District Councilman Anthony Higgs requesting ornamental lighting on 400 and 500 blocks of Waltham Street. Well,
Needs to go to engineering for a dollar
yeah,
amount, correct?
yeah, it needs to be referred to engineering so that they can establish what that project would cost and then talk to the councilman about funding it.
I'll make a motion to refer to engineering.
Second.
Motion and second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item II, correspondence received from Gary Gleason, Director of Public Works, requesting permission to place no parking from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sundays only, signs in front of a church located at 1845 Stanton.
Do the trial?
It's a 90-day
We
trial.
did the trial? Oh, this is, okay. Make a motion to approve the request.
This is a trial period, right?
Right,
Second.
90 days.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Item JJ, correspondence received from Cherville Parks and Recreation requesting a police escort through the city on Friday, June 23rd, commencing at 6:45 a.m. on Goslin Street at the Indiana-Illinois line. It's a bicycling group, so they want to escort for them.
Who do we need to send this to?
You guys can handle it? Okay.
EMA? Refer to EMA?
One question though, is that gonna interfere with the Gotham project, sir?
The what?
The Gotham project?
What's the date on June?
June 23rd.
Probably not. They probably won't be out there yet.
Okay, that was my only concern, otherwise it won't take
Yeah,
care
that
of
would be, yeah, if there is any issue, you'll just have to coordinate with them, but I don't think they'll have anything torn up yet. They may start putting signs out and stuff.
it. Okay, then we'll take care of it, sir.
Right.
Refer to EMA.
Yeah.
Make a motion to refer to EMA.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Item KK, correspondence received from Downtown Hammond Council requesting permission to place a sign on the corner of Homan and Rimback, displaying information for the spring cleanup and beautification project. It's from Karen Maravilla. Yeah, I think they've done this before, so we just need a
Send it to
motion
anybody?
approving that sign placement.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Item LL, garage sale permits submitted for approval. It looks like 3 or 4.
Okay.
Nope. I'm guessing they want to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Where's May at? Okay. So it's 3 days, right? 5, 6, and 7. I'll have the second date.
Mr. Joseph Hendrick here. We have one request for 3 days. We'll make a motion to approve, subject to notification of Mr. Joseph Hedrick that he is only allowed to have the garage sale for 2 days and must notify us of those dates.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Item MM, Northwest Indiana Puerto Rican Committee, Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, President Mr. David Rodriguez regarding a parade and festivities.
Morning.
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 I think we had some concerns because it wasn't real clear in the letter last time as to what's going on and timing of some of the events and street closures. Yeah, you could bring it up. So what's the difference between your organization and HUGS, the Hispanic United Government Services? Because it looks like they have some event coming up too.
We're Puerto Rican.
Huh?
We're Puerto Rican. We're from the tropics.
Okay. I see now. Thank you.
I think some of what we've been hearing is there a committee? Is this
There are
a hard and
volunteers.
fast organization here?
There are volunteers. I am providing a service for right now this year. I am training them, such as myself, to come in front of the board. It's a learning experience for all of us for right now this year because it's a centennial year for the Puerto Ricans. Right now, no, they're just volunteer vice president, apprenticeship. That's what I'm putting it to because I'm taking all the responsibilities I'm getting the insurance. Where I want the festival is at, it's on that paper, correct? The one I gave you?
Kennedy Avenue, right?
Yeah, 167th, block up both sets of the tracks, and then up to 169th block because don't want nobody coming in from east, west, and south going north.
Okay.
And then by Dairy Queen right there. And then I had a question too, because the inner streets, like say Martha, how far would that be blocked off? You know what I'm saying? Like from east and west.
At Kennedy, just like the same thing for the HC3.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, that's where I went with, because I went to them at the cafe that's right there. I talked to the young lady. She gave me a lot of information, how to do it and what to say. And because this is new to me, Chief, you know what I'm saying? This is all new. We're coming into Hammond. Next year, I will be at the old Kmart because they're gonna renovate that in the middle part. And that's where the hall and the kitchen is gonna be at. I'm staying here in Hammond for the community with the Puerto Ricans and the citizens of Hammond.
So between 2 and 9,
Is the festival.
what's gonna be on the what's physically gonna be placed on Kennedy Avenue, street itself?
I have really just talked to a few vendors. One individual is gonna bring a bounce house. She's gonna do clowns, comics, you know, dress up, painting for the kids. And basically, I just talked to a lady named Ida Kitchen. She is gonna be the craft for information for Puerto Rico with literature, and then just vendors of food, of Puerto Rican food. So far, I only have 2. You know what I'm saying? I don't know yet until I get the permission to let the vendors know what's the next step and how much. If I'm gonna get charged for the parade, if I'm gonna get charged for the festival, I don't know yet. You know, I haven't got no answers yet.
They put a bounce house on the street, then it's
I'm
not
not
public
sure.
right away. I would think we'd at least want some type of insurance coverage with the
Yeah,
city named insured.
I
at the
believe
absolute
so.
minimum.
He's gonna get some
It's an
liability
insurance.
insurance, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're concerned like a bounce house, somebody could get hurt on that.
Yeah, I would, they would have licensed and bonded, you know.
Well, we would want the city named insured if you're on our public right of way. So they would have to get some type of rider.
What do you mean, insurance, right?
From their, whoever is their insurance carrier, you
Okay.
can get a rider
Or
for that one day that says, yeah, the city's named insured on the policy for one day.
for one day, okay, and bring
I
that
don't know.
into you guys?
Yeah, we would have to have that,
Okay.
because I think we've got too much liability. Once you're on our property, if somebody fell off the bounce house, or if the bounce house took over,
Yeah.
took off like some of them have been doing lately,
Well, you know what, it was just suggested.
yeah.
Now, what you're telling me now, I could just not have it. She could just do the painting, the comic characters, the clowns. The bounce house is just was a suggestion, but not really when we were gonna do it. So I would say no bounce house.
Yeah, as you firm up the plan, you're probably gonna need to contact our law department and see what kind of policy you're gonna need, if you're gonna need any. But I would,
Did I read in here also that there's a beer garden?
Yes.
I believe we just passed an ordinance at the city council meeting, maybe last week, that requires all alcohol permit requests to go through the Parks Board. So that is
Parks
another, another thing that you'll have to do in order to be able to serve alcohol on the premises.
Okay. Well, I just got information from inspector that to go to the Alcohol Beverage Commission, and then from there I go to the Park Department after that.
Right, because you will need excise to approve your event, and then the park board will determine whether or not they want to allow it.
Okay. And then if,
Was the beer garden gonna be on the street as well?
no,
Or it was gonna be on a vacant lot over there, right?
yeah, yes. The music and the DJ is gonna be with the permission, and I'm getting the insurance liability with Catherine from Flex Hose, 60.
In their parking lot? I know
Yeah,
what Flex Hose is.
6723
Okay.
Marshall, and then 6718 Kennedy. That's right on there. And then I have to speak with the Mexican owner of the restaurant, and then porta potties. You know what I'm saying? I would have to put the porta potties. I believe that if across the street from the Hesville restaurant, that empty lot, is that a city property? Because I could put the, I don't want to disturb the restaurant owners where they want to go to use the restroom. No, you can use the porta potty. So I need a spot too, and I'm looking for city property, so I could put porta potties there, about 4.
I don't think the city owns any of those lots over
I
there.
believe that might be owned by redevelopment, sir.
Could be.
Yeah, possibility.
Yeah, you know where I'm talking about, right across the street.
And across the street from Hesville Restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's redevelopment property.
That's what?
Has Chris reviewed this?
And they also use that for parking for the restaurant.
Has Chris
Yeah, so
reviewed
who
this?
owns it? Or the city, right?
So you have to check with them. Like I said, I know Hesville Restaurant uses it for parking also.
Parking, yeah.
I know.
Well, I don't wanna, like I said, I don't wanna disturb the restaurant owner or the business. Where people to go in there is to actually use the restroom. I need a location to find porta
Organization
potties.
doesn't exist from what Chris could.
You also submitted the parade route to,
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, one more thing is that we're gonna have volunteers, like, when it's coming towards the end, like shoving them this way, pointing them that way, so everything won't be like a clutter and, congested.
Is your organization registered as a not-for-profit?
No, I'm doing it, myself. I'm taking all the responsibility as a service. I am the only one that is doing everything. I am showing my board members what to do for next year, because we're gonna be here every year.
Well, who's your board?
My
Board is-
board, huh?
Because you're
Well,
saying
they're
that you're doing it
volunteer.
yourself, but you're saying that you're.
Well, they're volunteers right now. They're an apprentice, I call it an apprenticeship. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and myself is 6 volunteers that are not really, active yet until next year. But they are volunteers helping me with the writing, with the paperwork, passing out the flyers, doing entertainment event, parade director, all volunteers. I have no money to pay nobody right now. I have not generated $1 yet, sir. It's coming out of my business.
Sir, when you do generate sponsorships,
Yes,
where will that money go?
in a bank.
For what bank account? Your private bank account? Because if you
excuse
don't have,
me?
if you don't have the organization registered, I'm assuming you don't have a bank account for that yet.
No, well, First Midwest on Kennedy.
But who is the who holds the account? The organization or you? Well,
I'm
it,
going to record it because this is what the bank wanted. When I get ready to go and get the permission from you guys and everybody else. I have not been granted no permission yet because we're going through the steps. So I'm not going to open up a bank. account right now.
you intending to make this a for-profit organization or a non-for-profit organization?
For profit for this year. Next year, we're going to file at the end of the year for a nonprofit. I'm just providing a service and showing individuals to get them ready for next year and for in the following years.
I think we do need a copy. Can we get a copy of this?
Sure.
We can make it right after the meeting.
I think we need to have our city attorney review some of this because it seems to be a little bit of some new details coming out today. And whether or not the city can grant that type of permission, I believe we need our attorney to weigh in.
No problem.
Okay, so do we need any action on this at the moment, or?
No, I think the meeting's almost over, so if you have a seat, she can make a copy and get you back the original. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not gonna take any action today, but Chris will talk to you. and
Sure, I mean.
Work something out if,
Yeah, I can't really do nothing until it's approved. I mean, even with the beer garden and, all the red tape.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Whatever you guys, yeah, thank you.
thank you. Item NN, correspondence received from Hugs requesting permission to extend the parade route to Hessville Park. And that event is occurring on September 16th of 2017. Be starting at Morton High School. Will take place, let's see, at 5 p.m. The festival will take place at 5 p.m. Currently asking for local businesses to join. So,
We previously approved
the
the other route, correct?
Yeah, but not all the way to the park. I think we approved it ending at Kennedy and 169th. Now they
Right.
want to extend it down Kennedy to Hessville Park.
And there will be festivities going on in the park, is that correct?
Yes, good morning. The problem was, we're gonna try to do the same thing like the Hessville organization, the HC3 Club, but I was at their meeting last week, and we were advised by half of the owners are skeptical, since it's the first year it's gonna happen, about us closing down the streets, if it's gonna hurt their business. So we decided to move it to the park. Right now I have a meeting scheduled for May 3rd with the Parks Department to have it at Hessville Park, and if not, we will be moving it to the back of Dowling Park. And depending on, the availability of the park, we would prefer Hessville because it's in front and Kennedy, people could see it. But if not, I have to be hidden back in Dowling Park because of the 50, it's probably like 50-50 of the businesses that want it and 50 don't. Since this is our first year, out of respect, we're gonna just move it to the park. So we're, wanna move it, I spoke with EMA, it'd be better to go down Kennedy and at Orchard. Then from there, where there's gonna be one park with the other, people could just, go from there.
Okay. Can we even get grant permission for the park, or does that purely need to go through the park department?
Well, he's gonna need to go to the park
Yeah.
board for the park, but we can grant the okay to go
For the
down
parade?
Kennedy Avenue.
Okay.
So you're not dispersing at 169th and Kennedy?
No more. We wanna go to
Continuing
Orchard.
on, going to Orchard and going into the park?
Yes, and I spoke with EMA director, he felt it's better to go to Orchard because it'll be,
No question, no question about it.
So then you're gonna need to contact the park board to make arrangements to utilize the park for any
yes.
festivities.
Yeah, I have a scheduled meeting, I have a contract already, what they requested was dumpsters, even though there's bathroom, extra porta potties, and the insurance. So I already have that ready for May 3rd, and they advised me that, if we can't do it there at Hessville Park, then we will have it over there at the Dowling Park, which either park, we just wanna make what's best for the community, because it's a community event. We don't wanna upset the businesses, because, they don't want the streets closed down since it's the first year. They wanna make sure that they have enough people will be worth for the businesses and they don't lose money.
Okay, so this board's gonna take action on your parade route, we're gonna extend that, and that's the only thing that we're gonna approve.
Exactly, yes.
Everything else you gotta deal with the park
With the
board.
Parks Department, correct.
All right, I'll make a motion to extend the parade route.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Matters from other board members. I have two matters. I have a letter from Erica McClendon, who'd like to request a block off the street at 5625 Howard Avenue on May 13th, which is a Saturday, for a prom event. She's expecting 75 people to come, lots of cars, which the prom goers will drive, along with limousines. Hours are 2 to 5 p.m. So basically, what she's requesting is a block of Bauer Street to be closed, the 5600 block. This needs to go to the police department too, right? So we can approve it subject to the police review?
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve, subject to review and approval of the police department.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have a personal assignment from the fire chief for, let's see, this is a personal matter. We're not requesting board. So basically, this is an action that we can just approve without stating anybody's names for the record.
Correct.
I'll make a motion to approve the chief's request.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Are there any other matters from other board members?
No.
Any matters from department heads or their representatives? Any new business? Any old business? Meeting's open to the public. Is there anyone in the audience who'd like to step up to the microphone? Please state your name for the record.
Susie Urbina, Urbina. My request was getting more information on the peddler's license. We have our annual flower sale, and I asked the question, I know we have to move from spot to spot because that's what a peddler's license is, but how long can we stay in each spot? Because I know if an officer comes and he may give us a ticket, you know, if we stayed there too long, so we don't want to violate any laws.
When you say it's your annual flower sale, are you
Yes.
part of an organization?
Our church.
What church is that, ma'am?
It's La Luz del Mundo
Okay. And when do you plan to have this event?
on the weekend of Mother's Day.
Okay, so it's coming up pretty quick here.
Yes.
Where do you plan on being?
Well, according to the controller's office, we have to be moving from spot to spot, so we still haven't figured, you know, how we're going to do it.
Well, how many days will you be selling the flowers?
The weekend.
Weekend?
Saturday.
Don't they get to set up in one spot for the day?
The peddler's license is weird. I mean, it just is. There was a time when it was, we weren't issuing them, and then we were issuing them again.
Well, I think the reason for it is not to have you set up in front of somebody's business and be there every day.
Right, but I'm not clear on the actual requirements.
Have you spoken to the police chief at all and asked him what his judgment might be?
No, do I have to set an appointment with him, or do I just walk in there, or?
Might just be a simple phone call and ask him. And maybe if you guys can agree to a specific time, 30 minutes, 2 hours,
Okay.
then they can pass that on during their changeover with their shifts, and everybody will be on the same
So
page.
is it going to be by the church?
No.
So these are like flower bouquets that you're going to be
We
selling?
prepare them, and we ship them off with different church members, and they're the ones that are going to sell them.
Okay.
And do you have locations? Do you have spots that you're going to do it at?
We had some spots, but we had problems because they said, the law department upstairs said we cannot stand in front of a sidewalk. We cannot stand in a vacant lot.
Stand on no medians in roadways,
Exactly, do
right?
not block any, you know, because you will get a ticket from the police.
And I think Chris is probably the appropriate person in the law department to let her know as well as how long they can stay in one place.
And I did ask her, she wasn't able to give me that information. She said, I don't know how long you can stay in each spot.
Okay.
Probably police department, because
Yeah.
we've got rules about selling in the street right away.
Yes.
Because that's really dangerous.
Yes,
And if you're going to use a vacant lot, you kind of need the permission of the property owner to actually utilize that.
and if the city is the property owner, then we cannot, she said.
Yeah.
Cannot. It belongs to the city. We cannot set our booth there or table or whatever.
And you don't have a lot of time to do this. Did you have this last year?
Yes, and last year we did it differently because they told us, all we had to do is ask permission from, Walmart, and if they said it was okay.
So you did it on the store property?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that the license is intended for like moving cart type situations. You can stop and sell your product in the moment, but then you have to continue. It's not really set up for a stationary stand of any kind. So
Walmart was okay with it last year. Would they be okay this year?
I asked the ordinance, and they said, this year, we're no longer doing that. I said, oh, okay. So that's why she gave me the peddler license. I was a little bit confused because the law office said, I believe that's still okay if you get permission from, you know, Walmart. So that just got me a little bit confused, you
You
know.
would still need a peddler's license, but you would be off public right-of-way.
Right.
You'd be on private property.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what to do.
We shouldn't have a lot of time to work
I
something
know.
out.
Ma'am, why don't you, if you can wait till after the meeting, we'll get your contact information. We'll see if we can find out some information for you and get back to you by the end of the day.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone else in the audience who'd like to step up? Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Donna Marie Crozier, and I'm here to request removal of a tree at 7211 Oakdale on the easement. I measured the circumference, it's 10 feet 8 inches. And
Is that
half
in front of
it-
your house?
It's in front of the lady I'm taking care of. It's at 7211 Oakdale. It's on the easement, it's half dead. I'm
She's
the
okay
last
with
one-
it, she's okay with it coming down?
Mhm.
The adjacent property owner, has she requested that through the park department yet?
Is that where she goes?
Yeah, that's normally who would do that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, park department will schedule it. If there's verification, Jonathan from engineering will go verify that it's on public right of way. If it's a healthy tree, it's gonna be put at the back of the list. If
Sounds
it's a
like she
sick
said
tree or-
it's dead.
Pardon?
She said
It's
it's
dead?
dying.
It's dead, yeah.
That would,
Yeah,
that would
there's a
move up
tree
to the top of the
list.
list, because you could have branches falling off and stuff.
Yeah, so you can contact the Parks Department, you can call them, or you can stop in at the Civic Center. I believe they have forms available for you to fill out, and then it'll go on the tree list for removal. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to step up to the microphone?
Is this what I pay the fine at, or what?
If you can stay after the meeting, we'll give you the necessary paperwork to take care of that, sir.
If there's no one else in the audience, we have a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Meeting adjourned.
All right.
Oh, those